I think we're here, guys. Let me know if you can hear me, guys. Sorry, I am late. I had work today, so yeah, literally had to rush back from work to make it to do the deadline stream for you guys. But we are here. We are here. We are here for the Game Week 14 deadline stream. Right, let me just sign into the chat quickly so I can see it. And then we are good. We are good. We are good. We are good to go, guys. Oh, hopefully we can get another green arrow, man. Hopefully we can have another good week. Right. Yes. TikTok chat, how we all doing? YouTube chat, how we all doing? Bernardo says, what's up? What is up, my brother? Hope you're doing good. Ryan, my team is Verbruggen, Gabriel, Van Dijk, Nuri, Palmer, Saka, Odegaard, Salah, Semenyo, Pedro Cunha. With 3 or 4 players on my bench unavailable, but Wissa on the bench. Should I start Wissa? I mean, I think I would with that team. Would I start Wissa? I mean, realistically, the only player I would start Wissa ahead of is probably Semenyo. There is an argument to start him ahead of Semenyo, but that's the only player I would consider starting Wissa for. Other than that, I think that's a pretty valid starting 11, to be honest. So yeah, I would probably just leave it as it is. Captaining Salah, fair play. I think that's risky this week, man. Do you have Cole Palmer? Do you have Cole Palmer, Manish? Because for me, he is the number one standout choice for me. I just think Newcastle at home against the best teams in the Premier League, like against the big clubs in the league, when Newcastle play them at home, they put in a performance. So I feel like it's going to be a tough game for Liverpool. And as good as Liverpool are, I wouldn't be surprised if they drop points in this game. Honestly, I've got a feeling. I do have a feeling. Thoughts on Jackson captain? Not a bad shout, to be fair. Not a bad shout. I would prefer Cole Palmer, but yeah, not a bad shout at all. He will get chances against Southampton. Savanjo, yo, how are you doing? Hey, I'm good, Savanjo, man. Hope you're doing all right as well. Hope you are doing all right as well, my friend. I sold Mbeumo and Bruno for Bowen and Saka. Fair. That sounds good. That sounds good. I do think Bruno maybe could have been a hold, but I guess to fund a move to move from Bruno to Saka is not a bad move at all. But I actually think Bruno as an FPL asset right now is looking pretty decent, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the long-term fixtures for Manchester United aren't too bad. I mean, let's have a look quickly. But I don't actually think, like, okay, the next 3 games maybe you could argue on paper not ideal. Arsenal away, Forest at home, City away. But given City's form, I don't actually think that's that bad of a fixture. After that, it's Bournemouth, Wolves, Newcastle, Liverpool, Southampton, Brighton. I think Bruno would have been a decent long-term hold, but obviously Saka is the better option. So, yeah, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. But yeah, glad to know that someone else has got Bowen in like me. Hopefully today we will be feasting on those Bowen points, man. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, man, he can do the job today against Leicester away from home. Yo, what's good? What's good, my bro? Hope you're doing all right, man. By the way, chat, if you're on the TikTok chat, make sure you head over to the YouTube live stream, right? I'm live streaming right now on YouTube, so make sure you guys do head over to the YouTube live stream. FPL Ryan on YouTube. Do I think Isak will play? I think Isak does play, you know, but I could be wrong. But I do think Isak plays, guys. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm pretty sure he did an interview where he said he's okay, like he's fit to play. So because he said that, I'm guessing that he will be fine for the game against Liverpool and on Saturday against Brentford. I don't know if Solanke will play. Yeah, Solanke's a bit of a risky one. I mean, the only reason he didn't play was because... The only reason Solanke didn't play, I'm pretty sure, was because he had like an illness or something. He actually turned up to the stadium and then Ange sent him home because he was ill. So, because it was just an illness and the game is on Thursday, you would like to assume he would have recovered by then. So, I feel like he will play. So, yeah, if you have Solanke, I'd probably start him. To be honest. I'd probably start him. I think with Solanke, he either starts or doesn't play at all. So if you start him, just make sure you've got, just make sure you've got the play that you want on the first sub, just in case they do come in for Solanke if he doesn't play. But I honestly do expect him to play, to be honest. Oh, you got Palmer and Salah. Fair enough. Yeah, because you got Palmer and Salah, Manish, I would definitely be going for for Palmer ahead of Salah, to be honest. I'm a Southampton fan, so I really don't want to captain Palmer, but will be either him or Saka/Salah. Yeah, I hear you, bro. But for me, as much as it might hurt you to do it, I think you just got to do it, man. Southampton, like, you're also missing players as well, like Harwood Bellis. I think, is it Bednarak as well that's missing? And Ramsdale as well. Yeah, Southampton are missing some key players, man. Yeah, Ramsdale's not playing. Harwood Bellis isn't playing. No, Bednarek's fit to play. Oh, Dibbling, that was it. You're missing Dibbling. Downs as well. Oh, wow. Flynn Downs, that's a big miss. Like, I think he's a key player for you guys. No Lallana as well. Like, damn, Southampton have a lot of injuries. This could be a battering. I'm not going to lie. Chelsea might actually batter Southampton because, yeah, it's not looking great for Southampton. A lot of players are missing. So, yeah, for me, Cole Palmer, man, standout captaincy option, man. Standout captaincy option. Southampton have a lot of players missing. Henderson against Ipswich away or Fabianski against Leicester away. Damn, that is a mid-off. I'm not going to lie. Both plays aren't really appealing, but for me, I would probably go for... I feel like I would go for Henderson, against Ipswich away. I feel like I'd go for Henderson. I feel like Crystal Palace... I don't know, Crystal Palace defense isn't good, but neither is the West Ham. It's mid versus mid. I'm not going to lie, but I think I would go for... Actually, you know what? I changed my answer. I'd go for Fabianski. Do you think the game is getting a bit template right now? Yes, I will say there is a bit of a template forming. With everyone moving off Haaland, a lot of people are going to like the midfield trio of Saka, Salah, and Palmer. So I guess those three players are a bit template right now, but I think there's an opportunity to pick a few differentials that not many people have gone for. So for me, I would say there is kind of a template because it feels like everyone has at least got Saka, Salah, and Palmer at this point. But still, some people don't really have double Arsenal defense. Most people have João Pedro, to be honest with you. I mean, to an extent, there is a bit of a template, yes. But you don't have to follow the template. You don't have to play that way. What I will say is just try to play your own game. Don't get latched onto the players that everyone else is picking. Try and, I guess, think outside the box and just go for what you think is right, really. I just try to say don't get super influenced by what other people do, to be honest. But yeah, there is a bit of a template. But there will always be a bit of a template in FPL because people are always going to transfer in the players that are scoring the most points. Like, everyone's going to transfer in Cunha because he's in great form and he's scoring goals. Everyone's going to put in Salah because he's scoring goals. It's just what happens. And if Haaland starts banging goals again, I guarantee you a lot of people will start scrambling and look to transfer Haaland back in their teams, and then there'll be a new template that's formed. It is what it is, really. I think there will all, to a certain degree, there will always be a template, right? Because people are always going to look to put in the players that are performing the best in FPL, right? So yeah, for me it is what it is with the template, but there's many ways to play this game. So I don't think it makes it boring for me. I wouldn't say it makes FPL boring. Thoughts on Konate to Gomez, or do I prefer Emerson or SDP, Nan? I actually like Konate to Gomez. I'm not going to lie. That Liverpool defence is really, really solid. The only thing is that Gomez transfer would be a transfer waiting to happen. Like, I mean, if you put Gomez in now, it's a transfer waiting to happen. In terms of the fact that, like, by the time it gets to around game week 20, game week 19, I think Konate would be back by that point, so you'd have to take him out. And to have Gomez for Newcastle away, Everton away, Fulham at home, Spurs away, Leicester, West Ham, because you're only keeping Gomez up until like the United game, I'm actually not sure if it's worth it, because I think Newcastle away, Liverpool could concede. Everton are really bad, to be honest. Fulham are decent. Spurs, I wouldn't be surprised if they score, because they'll be at home. I think with Gomez, right, because it's a short-term pick, I'm not sure if the fixtures are good enough to put in Gomez for the short term. So I'd probably lean towards someone like Emerson from West Ham, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think I would lean towards Emerson. But again, the West Ham, the Brighton defence, these defences aren't good in my opinion. But yeah, I think I would lean towards Emerson. Do I transfer out on Bummer but lose 4 points and sub off Wissa for Odegaard? So transfer out on Wimmer for a -4 and put Wissa on the bench for Odegaard. I would actually start Wissa. I would start Wissa, especially if you've got Saka as well. Especially if you've got Saka, I would start Wissa. But I think, look, I think Mbeumo isn't really the best pick right now. I'm not gonna lie. He is on extreme fraud watch. Recently, he's not been good, but with Wissa, right, he's getting a lot of the big chances for Brentford. So I look at him as right now. I look at him as the Brentford talisman. I look at him as the guy that's gonna get goals for Brentford. So against Aston Villa, I wouldn't really have an issue starting Wissa, honestly, because a lot of the big chances are going towards Wissa. So I would start him, man. I would start Wissa. Which defender should I buy for 6.9? I like Trent or Van Dijk, man. Just a Liverpool defender, Trent or Van Dijk. With Bradley being injured, I think we know Trent's going to play, and Van Dijk we know is going to play as well. So, yeah, I like Trent or Van Dijk. One of those two, to be honest with you. I guess if you want to save money, then going for Van Dijk is good because he's a massive threat from set pieces as well. So I guess to save money, I'd probably say Virgil van Dijk. But yeah, that is just my opinion. Right. Have you looked at Kluivert as a cheap enabler? I didn't Bowen to Kluivert and Dunk and Trent. No, I haven't really. I've not really been looking at Bournemouth players like Semenyo and Kluivert. I know Kluivert's on pens, but I still don't think I would go for him. Even if I was going to go for a Bournemouth player, right, I think it would still be Semenyo. But Kluivert is okay. He's okay. But I would still go for Semenyo. But overall, I'm not going to lie, I've not really looked at any Bournemouth players. I know that they do have some decent fixtures. And I'm not going to lie, Bournemouth as a team, they are growing on me. Like, at the start of the season, I didn't really look at Bournemouth as, like, a difficult fixture. But now I'm starting to look at it as quite a tough fixture for most teams. And these fixtures they're all right. They're actually pretty good. But the thing is, for me, I like my midfield. And I don't really see myself transferring out any of my midfielders. So that's why I'm not really looking at anyone from Bournemouth right now. I could have, instead of putting in Bowen, I could have gone for a Semenyo or Kluivert. But I just prefer Bowen, man. I just prefer Bowen. His ownership is so low and he's Premier League proven. We know he can score goals. So yeah, that's why I've gone for him. But yeah, maybe I could have gone for Semenyo and then maybe upgraded one of my defenders, like a Mikalenko to a Trent or Van Dijk. I could have done that, but I think I just prefer Bowen. So yeah, but look, overall, Semenyo for me would be my number one Bournemouth pick, and then Kluivert. I know Kluivert's got the penalties, but I still prefer Semenyo from open play. Damn, there's a lot of comments in the chat, guys. My bad if I'm taking long to reply, but I'm actually not used to so many people being in the chat. So thank you everyone for joining the stream. What do you think? You will get rid of Smith Rowe? Oh no, with Smith Rowe for me, he's a long-term hold, man. Long-term hold. I know you might look at the fixtures and think, you know, they're not great, and then they're not great, but because of my team structure, I can start him for Brighton, bench him for Arsenal, bench him for Liverpool, start him for Southampton, bench him for Chelsea, and then play him for Bournemouth, Ipswich, West Ham, Leicester, and so on, right? So for me, the plan with Smith Rowe is just to keep him for the long term. Because yeah, I can bench him. Like right now, I've got Isak on the bench. Next week, for example, in game week 15, when he's got Arsenal, I will bench him for Isak, and I'll start Isak against Brentford. So yeah, because I've got sort of a good squad depth, I can sort of bring Smith Rowe in and out of the team, and for that reason, I'll keep him for the long stretch of fixtures, to be honest. But yeah, make sure you guys do like up the stream, as Akim Phillips did say. Appreciate you guys for joining. Right, let's see. Start Wood or Rodgers? Oh, that's tough. A part of me thinks Rodgers might not play, but I'm going to say Rodgers because the fixture that Aston Villa has is just so good. I think the Aston Villa attackers should do well against Brentford because Brentford defence is really, really bad. Really, really bad. Start Smith Rowe or Danny Welbeck, can't decide. I think I would go for... Oh, that's tough. Oh, that is tough. Oh, that is tough. I think I would go for Danny Welbeck. I think I'd just go for Danny Welbeck, man. Yeah, I'd go for Danny Welbeck, but that is a really tough one. Ryan, thoughts on benching João Pedro for Wissa? Oh, again, really, really tough. Benching a penalty taker. I think Wissa's probably more likely to get more minutes than João Pedro. Would I bench João Pedro for Wissa? Villa defence versus Fulham defence? Oh, I think... Oh, you know what? I think I would, I think I would. I would bench João Pedro for Wissa. I think I would do it. Yeah. I think I would do it, man. Ryan, force on benching João. No, I just read that. Are people overlooking Watkins? His fixtures are incredible long term. I feel like people are slightly overlooking Watkins. Not gonna lie, he's definitely on my radar. And part of the reason I went for Alexander Isak is so I could move off Alexander Isak into Ollie Watkins around probably game week 19 for this really, really good fixture run. For, Brighton, Leicester, Everton, Arsenal, West Ham, Wolves, Ipswich. That's a really, really good fixture run here from game week 19 all the way up until around game week 28, to be honest with you. So I am looking at Ollie Watkins. He's definitely on my radar. I was actually going to put him in my team instead of Alexander Isak, but I just preferred the short-term fixtures for Alexander Isak, and Alexander Isak is pretty much a 90-minute man and on penalties as well. So that's why I went for Isak ahead of Watkins. But I think Watkins will do well against Brentford, Southampton. Maybe not Forest, but I think he'll do well against City as well. Maybe not Newcastle, but then Brighton, Leicester, and so on. So I think Watkins for the long term is a really, really good pick. And yeah, I feel like he's been slightly sort of overlooked. But the reason I think he's being overlooked, right, is because I think people have that fear of early substitutions, with John Duran lurking around on the bench, waiting to come on. So people are sort of fearful of the early substitutions, and maybe even the odd benching or two, right, in certain games. So I think that's why people have kind of looked past Ollie Watkins. But I think he's a good pick. I do think he's a good pick. I think I'll buy VVD or Van Heck because Van Heck has nice fixtures. Yeah, Van Heck does have nice fixtures, but I just struggle to... I don't rate the Brighton defence, and because I feel like Van Heck doesn't have that sort of attacking threat, I'm not the biggest fan of him. Yeah, because his attacking threat isn't really that great, and I just think Brighton defensively are quite weak. Like, they are a good team, especially going forward. But yeah, I don't really rate the Brighton defence. So yeah, for me, I just think they concede a lot of chances. So I'm not really a fan of the Van Heck pick. I'm not gonna lie. Wissa, Isak, Larson, and bench Rodgers, or play Rodgers and drop who? I would play Rodgers over Isak. I'm not gonna lie. I play Rodgers over Isak, even though I feel like Isak could do well. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Isak could do well this week against Liverpool. I've got this feeling that he might even score. I don't know why, but I feel like the logical thing to do is to bench Isak, because on paper he's got the hardest fixture, right? And I think Brentford defensively are so poor. Rodgers playing in that advanced number 10 role, I think he can do some damage in this game against Brentford. So yeah, for me, I would be starting Rodgers ahead of Isak. So yeah, I would bench Isak. Start Raya or Fabianski. I'm not gonna lie, Bernardo, I've got that same dilemma. But for me, I feel like it makes sense to just start Raya, man. I just feel like the West Ham defense can't be trusted. So yeah, I would lean towards starting Raya, personally. That is just my opinion. Saka, Salah, Wissa, Cunha, João Pedro for captain and vice captain, please. I would captain out of those players. Oh wow, that's really hard. That's really hard. I think I would just have to say Salah, to be honest with you. Even though I think Liverpool could struggle, I think out of those players, I think it would have to be Salah, because form-wise, he is the best out of all those players. So yeah, and João Pedro, I don't think he's guaranteed to do anything. Cunha against Everton away, possibly. But I think, yeah, it's got to be Salah. What do I think about Watkins' cap this week for a differential pick? I like it a lot. And to be honest, in my opinion, I actually think that Watkins is probably my second favourite captain this game week. Yeah, I think it's a great pick, man. At home to Brentford, really, really good. Really, really good fixture on paper. And yeah, after Cole Palmer, I think yeah, he's the second best in my opinion. I like that a lot for Watkins. So yeah, I would definitely go for Watkins as a differential captain punt. Bench one: Semenyo, Rodgers, Wissa, Cunha, or João Pedro. Wow, that is tough. I mean, so again, on paper, I guess you could say Semenyo has the hardest fixture, but Spurs, they just concede all the time, especially away from home. I do think Bournemouth score against Spurs. So I feel like you shouldn't bench Semenyo, but then Rodgers got the good fixture on paper. Wissa's in form and getting a lot of big chances. Then you've got Cunha in form. João Pedro, I think I would bench João Pedro. Oh, that sounds crazy. But I actually think Semenyo can do something against Spurs. The Spurs defense is just is so poor. It's so poor. Yeah, so I would bench João Pedro. Even though it feels like it doesn't make sense, but yeah, I guess I would bench João Pedro. Thoughts on Haaland? Captain, surely this is the week the pain is worth it. Shafi, my brother, don't do it to yourself. You're going to hate yourself if you captain Haaland and he flops again. Don't do it. Trust me. In fact, you should get rid of the absolute bum. Don't pick him. Honestly, I can't lie. Life without Haaland, guys, is absolutely glorious. It's amazing. Every week, the thing is, when you own Haaland, you turn delusional. You keep saying, surely this is the week where Haaland scores. Surely this is where Haaland scores. And he does absolutely nothing. Honestly, owning Haaland turns you delusional. Guys, it's not happening with Erling Haaland. Get rid of that fraud. Seriously. And if you're going to keep him in your team, just don't captain him at least. Do not give Haaland that captain's armband. Honestly, I wouldn't suggest it at all. But if you want to do it, by all means, be my guest. But just remember, I said don't do it. But who am I? I'm no expert. But that's just my opinion. That is just my opinion, honestly. I think, yeah, I would not be captain Erling Haaland this week. No way. No way. And Forest defensively as well, by the way. Really, really good so far this season. So, yeah. Ryan, do I think Rodgers is worth starting if I've got João Pedro? Ooh, yeah. I think so, yeah. I think he is, man. I just think that fixture is so good for Villa, man. I don't rate the Brentford defence at all. I think their defence is so poor. So I expect Villa to score 4 goals. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I feel like I'm missing out because I got no Villa players, but yeah. Hey man, I did Matoma 30 minutes before he was flagged. Should I take Mount for to replace him? I bench Maz and Greaves and Dibbling. Wait, Matoma's flagged? I didn't know Matoma got flagged. Are we sure he's in? Like, has Hertzler said anything? I would probably just leave Matoma. I think I would leave him. I wouldn't take a -4 to take him out. I wouldn't take a -4. I would just leave him. He could end up playing. Just because he's got a yellow flag doesn't mean he'll miss the game. And I've not heard anything from the Brighton manager, Hertzler, either. So, yeah, I think I would just keep Matoma, bro. I think I would just keep him. Vice Bowen, yes, he is my vice. He is my vice. I just feel like for my team, he's the second best captain option. I don't know why, I just feel like he is. But realistically, I think we know Cole Palmer's going to play anyway. But yeah, I've viced Bowen. I've viced him. Is this your first year making FPL content? If so, you're doing a great job, man. You're going to grow from here. I appreciate it a lot, my bro. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it a lot. This is, I guess, it's not my first year. I made my channel like 3 seasons ago. I started posting for a few months and then I stopped for like 2 years. So yeah, this is like my first full season of making FPL content. But yeah, man, I appreciate the nice message, man. It means a lot. It means a lot. Play Raya or Fabianski. Also play Matoma or Semenyo. Ooh, I play Raya and I would play Semenyo. I play Semenyo this week. Yeah. Yeah, it's really tough. I really don't know what to expect from this Fulham Brighton game. I really don't know what to expect. Not like I've got Danny Welbeck and I'm not even that confident this week. I just feel like it's going to be quite tough for Brighton because I feel like Fulham are really solid. But yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Thoughts on selling Bowen for Saka? I have 3.4 million in the bank, bro. Jacob, I would do it. I would do it straight up. I would do it 100%. If you can sell on Bomo to buy Saka, for me, you have to do it. No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. Saka's just in great form, and the fixtures are really, really good, man. Really, really good. So I just think Saka's like, I don't even know if I'll ever be taking Saka out my team for the rest of the season. I just feel like the fixture run is just so good for the long term. Like, he's got the odd difficult game here and there, but even like Spurs, that's at home. Villa, that's at home. City, that's at home. Like, most of the tough games that Chelsea have to play in the second half of the season are at home. Even Chelsea at home. The only away games they've got in the second half of their season is Man United away and Liverpool away against the top six. So I just think even the harder games that you look at that Arsenal have, they're playing it at home. So yeah, I think Saka personally is just a season keeper. As long as Saka stays fit, I think we just keep Saka in our teams for the whole season. That is my honest opinion. So yeah, man, I would definitely be looking to bring in Saka this week. Where am I ranked in the world? Right now, I'm stinking up the place and I'm ranked at 1.2 million, bro. But I got a green arrow this week, so hopefully I get another green arrow and we break into that top 1 million. That is the goal. And then into the top 100k. So hopefully we can make that happen. Do I think Bowen isn't in form? Yes, and like in terms of, I feel like when I watch West Ham play, right, he looks really, really sharp. He looks good. It's just that West Ham are obviously out of form as a team. But historically speaking with West Ham, right, well, first things first, I want to say this. In my opinion, good fixtures breed form, right? So when a player has good fixtures, I believe that they can enter a good period of form. I think we've seen it with Manchester United, even though that might be down to Ten Hag being sacked. But we've seen it with Manchester United, right? We've seen it with Bruno Fernandes, for example, stinking up the place for so long. And then we have a little good fixture run of playing against, you know, Leicester, Ipswich, Everton, and you see Bruno Fernandes getting 17 points, 2 points, and 9 points. So I think good fixtures breed form, and I think Bowen is the West Ham talisman, right? He is the player that will probably end up on the most goals come the end of the season for West Ham. So with that being said, with the good fixtures that West Ham have, I just think Bowen will enter a good period of form because I think he's playing against some of the worst defenses in the league. Leicester away, Wolves at home. I might even captain Bowen this week, right, against Wolves at home. I'm not going to lie. And then after that, it's Bournemouth. That's slightly tough. But then Brighton at home, I think that's a great fixture for an attacker. And then Southampton away. So, look, I look at these games, right, from 14 to 18 as some really, really good games for an attacker. And I think Bowen can get the job done. I really do. I really do, man. I always like to play the fixtures, especially with someone like Bowen. It's not like he's unproven in the Premier League, right? This is a Premier League proven player. So even though he might not be in the best of form, like one goal in his last 4 games, I will say though, like these 4 games are not easy at all, right? Away to Nottingham Forest this season is no easy game. Then at home to Everton, but then away to Newcastle, which they did win, and he got an assist in that game, to be fair. And then home to Arsenal. Those 4 games where he didn't get a goal in are pretty tough, to be honest with you. Like 3 out of 4 of those games are really, really tough in my opinion. So look, I think with good fixtures comes good form, and I think look, Bowen, I think with these fixtures, man, he'll do the job. He'll do the business. So for me, I'm backing my boy. I'm backing my boy Jared Bowen. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. Reese says, yo, Ryan, hope you're good, brother. Did a free transfer this game week. And Bowen out, Bowen in. Hopefully it pays off. Hey, Reese, my guy, welcome to the Bowen Club, my brother. Welcome to the Bowen Club. Hopefully he delivers. This is a massive differential we're talking about, man. A massive, massive differential. 6.6% ownership, guys. Hopefully it pays off. Hopefully it pays off, man. Let's see. But at least with this player, right, you're getting 90 minutes guaranteed as well during this busy Christmas period as well. So that's why I do like Bowen as well, man. FPL guy says, I'm 1.2k. Think I'm going Salah captain. Mate, I might need to hand over my FPL YouTube channel and give it to you, my friend. FPL guy 1728. Let's have a round of applause for my brother. 1.2k. I could only dream of hitting those heights in FPL, bro. Teach me the ways. How are you doing that? That's insane. Fair play, man. Fair play. 1.2k is mad. I've never been that high before. I have never been that high before, so that's crazy. Salah captain. That's mad. I'm actually, wow. I think Salah's gonna not do I don't think Salah's going to do great this week, but hey, listen, you're probably ranked at 1.2k for making those smart decisions. So I can't even talk you out of it, man. I can't even talk you out of it. Should I sell Haaland to get Saka? I would, yes. I would be selling Haaland, but to be fair, I wouldn't do it this week, if I'm honest. Like, I feel like it doesn't make sense to do it this week. I mean, if you can do it for free, then yeah. But if it's for a hit, I don't think I would do it this week. Just because Arsenal are playing against Manchester United. You know what? I will say, though, I don't know what to expect from this Manchester United game. Like, I don't know how we're gonna set up. I really don't know how we're gonna set up in this game. Are we gonna play deep, low block, stick 11 men behind the ball? Are we gonna look to press Arsenal, come out and really, put pressure on them? I don't know how we're gonna play. I don't know what to expect from this game. So yeah, I really can't call this game. But it's gonna be an interesting matchup. It's because the thing is, because Amram has only managed like 3 games in total for us, and we've not played against a good team. I don't know what sort of tactics Amram is going to use in a game like this against a really, really good team. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to expect from Man United, and I'm not sure what to really expect from Arsenal. But yeah, let's see what happens. Do you think a comeback from 10 million to 1 million by the end of the season is possible? Wow, that's crazy. 10 million to 1 million. I would say yeah, anything's possible. And I feel like most people at those ranks around 10 million are probably like inactive accounts. So yeah, definitely. Is Gabriel fit to play and replacing Kanate? I think Gabriel will play, yeah, 100%. That's my opinion. I shouldn't say 100% because I'm not Arteta and I don't know for sure. But I do think Gabriel plays, yes. I think I'm going to buy Joe Gomez because then I can sell 15 Dibbling in Game Week 15 and then buy Semenyo. If I buy VVD, I won't have enough for Semenyo. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Yeah, I hear it. That makes sense. Just be sort of mindful as we approach like Game Week 19. I just say be wary of Kanate coming back into the side. But yeah, that makes sense. And I think Semenyo's a good buy. So yeah, I would do that. Bench 1, Mbeumo, Wissa and Rodgers. I'm not going to lie. I'd bench Mbeumo. I know it sounds crazy, benching a penalty taker, guaranteed 90 minutes, but I think Wiss is the better FPL asset over Mbeumo, and I think this specific week, Rodgers could outscore Mbeumo easily, in my opinion. I think, yeah, especially if he starts. The question is, does Rodgers start, though? That's the only thing. I mean, wait, how many minutes did he get against Chelsea? I'm pretty sure he came off pretty late, 65th, so yeah, he got reduced minutes against Chelsea. I think he'll start this game. Yeah, I'd bench Mbeumo. I'd bench Mbeumo, man. Bowen is an FPL legend? Yeah, 100%. Who is your top 3 differential picks for the upcoming weeks that no one is paying attention to? I like that question. And, well, one of them is definitely Bowen, because I don't think many people are paying attention to him. Oh, his ownership's gone up 6.7%. Yeah, I don't think many people are paying attention to him, so it'd definitely be Bowen. I also think, you know what, I actually think Strand Larsen, man. I feel like he's massively underrated. I think because Cunha's doing so well, everyone's forgetting about how good Strand Larsen is as an FPL option. So, and his ownership is just so low, like 3.9% is crazy. So I definitely say Jorgen Strand Larsen. And another one, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, a differential that no one is looking towards. I would have said Even Nelson. You know what? I thought a lot of people had Even Nelson, but I stand corrected. Only 2.9% ownership. So yeah, Even Nelson would be my one as well. Such low ownership. So there's actually some good differentials out there. And I like Even Nelson as a pick, man. He's getting some decent minutes as well. He's scoring goals, getting assists. I like Even Nelson as a pick, man. At 6 million, yeah, not too bad. What about Delap? Delap's fixtures coming up. Palace at home, Bournemouth at home, Wolves away. Not bad, these 3 fixtures, not bad. But I think I would prefer Even Olsen. But yeah, Even Olsen, Strand Larsen, Jarrod Bowen, they're my favourite 3 differentials right now, I'd say, off the top of my head. Start Bruno or Rodgers? I'd start Rodgers ahead of Bruno Fernandes. Not going to lie. I would start Rodgers, man. I think Rodgers can do well this week. I feel like that's the one annoying thing about my team. I don't have any Aston Villa players. I feel like I'm missing out. I feel like Aston Villa are going to cook this week, this game against Brentford. Captain Haaland eventually has to pay off. I'm not too sure about that, man. I wouldn't be captain. I would not be putting that captain's armband anywhere near Erling Haaland, man. City just looks so off it. So off it, man. I wouldn't be going for Haaland. Start Van Heck or Aït-Nouri? I'd start Aït-Nouri for the attacking returns, man. Start João Pedro or Rodgers? I prefer Rodgers. Captain Jackson or Palmer? I think Cole Palmer. But would I buy him? Oh, or would I buy Gabriel? Yes, I'll buy Gabriel. I would buy Gabriel. If you... Yeah, I would buy him. I would buy him. Because I think he definitely plays. He came off at half-time as well. He's got a bit of a rest. It's a big game for Arsenal. I would still buy Gabriel. I mean, what's the rest of your team looking like? I mean, do you already have an Arsenal defender? Maybe if you already have an Arsenal defender, there is no need to necessarily buy Gabriel this week if you're sort of scared that he misses the game due to injury. But yeah, it kind of depends on what your team is looking like. Mbeumo or Kluivert? I think I'd keep Mbeumo over Kluivert, to be fair. I would go from Mbeumo to Semenyo, but I'm not sure about Kluivert still. Bruno and Mbeumo to Odegaard and Bowen, worthy of 2 frees. Bruno and Mbeumo to Odegaard and Bowen. Ooh, I'm not sure about Odegaard, man. I think Odegaard in isolation is quite a good pick, but I don't feel like I don't think he's top 3 Arsenal picks. Like, for me, the top 3 Arsenal picks are Saka, Gabriel, Raya, or Timber, right? I feel like double Arsenal defense with Saka is the play for Arsenal, but so I'm not really sure if Bruno and Mbeumo to Odegaard and Bowen is worth it. Is there a way that you could upgrade? Maybe you can go to Saka and Semenyo. I feel like Saka and Semenyo might be a little bit better than Odegaard and Bowen. I'm not going to lie, bro. But I just think Saka is so crucial. On corners as well, so he's got the assist potential, the goal threat. Yeah, I think I'd be looking to go Saka instead of Odegaard. Salah is inevitable, bro. Yeah, I know. I know. Salah's form this season, by the way, absolutely crazy. This form is nuts. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this. In consecutive games, 12 points, 10 points, 9 points, 14 points, 13 points, 13 points. Absolutely crazy, man. He is just inevitable. Inevitable. Ryan, really appreciate the FPL content. Thanks for the dedication. Really look forward to your deadline streams. Hey, big ups to you, Shafi, man. I appreciate the support a lot. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate it, man. Jan says, hi, mate, differential captain. For a differential captain, depends on who you got on your team, but I like Jackson. I like Watkins. I like Bowen. I like... yeah, they would probably be my favourite differential captains, to be honest. Trying to think who else. Yeah, they'd be my favourite. I'd probably say Watkins and Jackson are my 2 favourite differential captains this week. What do I think about Rashford as a pick? I like him, but I just want to wait and see a little bit more because I feel like right now Amram is testing different players, right? Different lineups and different players to see who eventually is going to make it into his consistent starting 11. So I'm just not sure if Rashford has his place nailed down yet. I know he's done well since Amram has been appointed, but I would probably hold off for a few more weeks. For a few more weeks, I'd probably hold off. And also, I don't think this is a good entry point to bring in Rashford anyway because he's got Arsenal away from home. Maybe after that, after the Arsenal game, maybe yes, bring him in for Forest, Man City. And honestly, I think Rashford could easily score against Man City because they look terrible. And Rashford actually has a good record against Man City as well. So I think maybe bringing Rashford in game week 15, but certainly not game week 14 against Arsenal. So yeah, that is my opinion on Rashford. Thoughts on my team, bro? Sanchez, Davies, Aït-Nouri, Wan-Bissaka, Rodgers, Palmer. Rodgers, Palmer, captain, Bowen and Mbeumo, Salah, Cunha, Pedro. Bench, Bruggen, Isak, Mazraoui, Kirkes. Okay, cool. So you sold Fernandes and Konate for Bowen and Wan-Bissaka. I like that team a lot. I think the defense could possibly struggle this week though. I think that back three, Davies, Aït-Nouri, Wan-Bissaka, they could all concede. Obviously, I've got Aït-Nouri as well. But hopefully you get some attacking returns. But the thing is, at least you've got Davies and Aït-Nouri who've got the attacking threat. But yeah, overall, man, that team is solid. I like it a lot, Anthony. FPL guy says people are overlooking Mbeumo. You think so? I've literally just sold him. So I don't want to hear that from an FPL manager that is ranked at 1.2k. But no, look, for me, I just feel like it was the right time to get rid of Mbeumo. I'm not gonna lie. For me, I feel like it was the right time to get rid of him. Lowen Fantasy Football says I have Saka. Oh, okay, so you got Saka. So you're going for the double Arsenal attack instead of the double Arsenal defense. I mean, it could pay off. But I still think I prefer... I think maybe you just keep Bruno. Maybe go from Mbeumo to Bowen and keep Bruno. And then get another Arsenal defender instead. I feel like that could be better, maybe. Wan-Bissaka or Digne. I would go... hold on. Let me just double check something. I think I go Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, Wan-Bissaka. I think these two fixtures are the short-term fixtures. I think Aston Villa just edge it, but then after that, from a defensive point of view, it gets a bit tough. So, yeah. Although I do think Digne could be quite a good long-term option, though. A better long-term option. But for like the short-term, for the next 5 games or so, I'd go Wan-Bissaka, I think. By the way, we've got how many minutes? 9 minutes until the deadline. 9 minutes until the deadline, guys. Make sure those teams are locked in. Yeah, make sure those teams are locked in. Let me just put this charger on. Is it good to transfer Strand Larsen for Isak? If you've got Isak, it depends what you do with the money that you get from transferring out Isak to Strand Larsen, but right now I do think Isak is also a good pick. Like, the next few games for Newcastle are really good, so I would probably hold on to Isak. Unless you're trying to free up some money to do a different move in your team, I would just keep Isak, to be honest. Because I think after the Liverpool game, the fixtures are really nice, man. Brentford, Leicester, Ipswich, and then Villa at home. So, yeah, I like those fixtures a lot. Best of luck, bro. Keep grinding, my man. Hey, appreciate it, Hugo, man. Thank you so much for the support. Honestly, you guys are absolute legends. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys, man, for showing the support. Make sure you guys do subscribe if you're new to the channel. Smash a like on the video as well. Much appreciated. Captaining Salah over Palmer. Damn. Next week, I'll be big brain or idiot. What do you think Ruud van Nistelrooy will do at Leicester? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I've not really seen... The only time I've seen Van Nistelrooy manage in football is when he took over Manchester United for a short period of time. So I honestly don't know. I don't know what to expect from Leicester. I'm really not sure. So, yeah, only time will tell, man. Only time will tell. What's up? Thing is, I love Bowen as a pick, but I just can't sell him. But fair enough. Fair enough. I just think it's a good time to possibly bet against him. And also, the thing is, because you're in a position where you're so... you're at such a high rank, right? You can almost afford that luxury of just keeping him Mbeumo because he's still got a decent amount of ownership, right? So, yeah, you can sort of just play a more defensive route, I guess, and just keep the high ownership, the high owned player, right? To avoid dropping in rank if it goes wrong. So, yeah, it kind of does make sense as well from a rank perspective. And I guess, yes, he's on 90 minutes on pens and all that stuff. But, yeah, as I said, for me, it just feels like a good time to move off him and take a risk. Man. What's up, bro? Green Arrow this week? I hope so. Yes, I hope so. I hope we get back-to-back Green Arrows, man. I really do hope so. I want to quickly check Twitter for any leaks from the Ipswich lineups. Because I was actually thinking of starting Greaves ahead of Mikalenko. Because I really do hate it when my attacker plays against my defender. So I was going to start Greaves, but I don't know if he's going to play. I'm not sure. No, I'm not seeing anything. Let me get some of your comments in. I sell Isak for Strand last because I need money to bring Saka next game week. Oh yeah, that makes sense then. I would do it. I would do it. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Should I start Delep or Mbeumo? I would actually start Delep this week. Not gonna lie, I start Delep over Mbeumo this week. Hello Ryan, start Fabianski over Bruggen. Ooh, I start Fabianski. Saka captain over player plus. Saka captain over player plus Salah. I actually don't get what you mean by that. Saka captain over Salah? If that's what you're asking me, I would probably go Salah over Saka. Would I sell Maddison for a -4 hit if it allowed me to get Isak next week for his next insane free fixtures? Maddison for a -4. I think I would say yes, but doing it this week doesn't feel optimal. That's the only thing. Because I think Maddison probably plays against Bournemouth, and he's got the better fixture on paper compared to Isak. I'd probably take the -4 next week. I feel like it makes a bit more sense. Yo, please answer. Should I sell Haaland for Cunha and sell Mbeumo for Salah at a -4? I'm going to be honest. This week, I wouldn't do it. Not for a -4. No, I wouldn't do it this week. Just because the fixture for Wolves, I'm really not sure, man. Everton, recently, Everton defence has been pretty solid. I know they got slapped up by Manchester United, right? They got destroyed. But other than that, they've been pretty tight defensively. They got a clean sheet against Brentford, clean sheet against West Ham, clean sheet against Ipswich. I think I don't think I would just keep Haaland and Mbeumo. Honestly, I wouldn't sell them two for a hit. At my rank, Mbeumo is 95% owned. Salah captain is my risk. Fairs. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Who do I start between Digne and Van Heck? I start Digne. And who to bench between Mbeumo, Isak and Semenyo? I'd be benching. I'd bench Isak. Palmer. Captain over Palmer and Salah. I would captain Palmer. Druve. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. But I'd captain Palmer over Salah and Saka. Yeah, I'd captain Palmer. Van Dijk or 8 Nuri. I would go for Van Dijk this week. Mitoma, Rodgers or Kulu start 2. Mitoma knock. I'd actually start Kulu and Rodgers. Yeah, I'd start Kulu and Rodgers. Even without the knock, I think I would start Kulu and Rodgers. Right, guys, we have like 2 minutes. 2 minutes, I believe. Yeah, 2 minutes. So get those teams locked in, guys. Make sure your captain's done correctly. Make sure your team is sorted. Make sure your bench is ordered correctly. Yeah, here we go, man. Here we go. So my captain's done. My transfer is done. No hits this week, guys. No -12s. No -8s. No -4s. Just one transfer. Nice and peaceful this week. Hopefully we get a green arrow. Hopefully we get a green arrow, guys. Come on. Hopefully we get a green arrow. DH says, what's up? What's good, my brother? Hope you are doing good. Start Wood or Semenyo? I start Semenyo. Salah or Jackson captain? I go Jackson, man. Take a risk. Take a risk on my boy, Nicholas Jackson. I think it's a good fixture on paper, man. Music Kiwi says, play Isak or Wood this week? I would play Isak. I know City... thing is, City's defence is much worse, but Newcastle at home, I'd prefer Isak over Wood. Yeah. Alright, one more minute. Villageko says, my bro, how you doing? I am good, my brother. I hope you're doing good as well, man. I hope you are all well. Alright, guys, make sure you get those teams locked in. I'm ready. I'm ready for another good week. Hopefully, my new transfer, Gerard Bowen, cooks this week. Come on, guys, man. I pray for another green arrow. Let's go. Come on. Let's have another good week. Let's have another positive week. Hopefully, we perform. Come on, man. I need a green arrow, please. Wissa or Rodgers? I would go Rodgers this week. Panda, you've got 1 more minute, mate. Make sure you lock in your team. 1 more minute. All right, man. So today, who's playing? So we got Bowen, and that's it. Just Bowen. Just Bowen today. Tomorrow is where the fun is. I think tomorrow the majority of my team is playing. So When am I getting a moderator? I don't even know how to. Honestly, I'm not used to live streaming, so I don't even know how to make people mods. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea how to. Oh, add as a moderator. I need to sort that out. But yeah, I have no idea how to do it. But I'll look into it definitely. I'll definitely look into it, chat. Right, I think the deadline is passed. Palmer captain, yep. All right, 6 o'clock. We're locked in. We're locked in, chat. We are locked in. Kudus is back as well, so I think West Ham can start looking better going forward. Yes, exactly. Kudus is back from his suspension, so that should help West Ham. And it's perfect timing, really, because these fixtures are so good. So, yeah, man. Let's go, man. I'm excited. Switch to Lanky for Havertz. Fair play. I hope Isak will either start or not get any minutes. I got Bowen on the bench. Yes, I think that will be the case. I doubt Isak comes off the bench, right? I don't think that happens. I don't think that happens. Well, I was too late. I'm playing Wood. Hope you're wrong. No, don't. Look, to be honest with you, City defense is terrible. City defense is terrible, so Wood could still do something. Haaland captain locked in. Wow. Haaland captain. Fair play, man. Fair play. Fair play, man. I feel like a lot of people are going for Haaland captain because... Is it a psychological thing where you've got so much money invested in Haaland, you almost feel like you have to captain him? I can't lie. I'm just so happy I got rid of Haaland, man. It's a weight off your shoulders. Once you do it, you feel clean. You feel clean. Honestly, you feel clean. So, yeah, but look, hopefully the Haaland captain works out for you, I guess. But, yeah, triple captain Cole Palmer. Wow, fairs. To be fair, it's not a bad time to do it. Southampton have a lot of key players missing. So, yeah, they are looking very low on good first team players. So, yeah, that should be all right, man. That should be all right. Triple captain. I'm going to save mine for a double game week, though. When is the deadline? The deadline has passed already, my brother. It's passed already. The deadline was at 6 p.m. and it is now 6:02. So, yeah, that is done. But yeah, chat, it's been a good one. It has been a good one. I'm not going to lie. It has been a good one, man. Make sure you guys like the stream. And yeah, man, thank you to everyone for joining. I do appreciate it. Right, let me just check this. I wanted to 12th of October. Okay. Good luck, broski. Hey, good luck to you as well, Reese, man. Hope Bowen scores for you today. Thank you so much, man. I hope so too. I hope so too. Hopefully, man. Hopefully. I got Raya, Robertson, Nuri, Porro, Mbemo, Palmer, Salah, Bruno, João Pedro, Havertz, and Cunha. Fairs. I like it. I like it. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Sounds good. Let's see how we're doing this time. I think that's a good selection of players, to be fair. Have a nice day. I hope Bowen will score for you. You too, my brother. Have a good day, Savanjo. Appreciate the support, man. Always. Bowen owners, hopefully we feast tonight. Hopefully we feast tonight. Why did I pick Bowen? Because the fixtures, man. I like the fixtures. I like the fixtures. Bowen, we pray. Exactly. I hope you have a good week. Just not better than me, lol. Good luck, bro. All right, man. Guys, appreciate everyone in the chat. Much love to you guys, man. Thank you for showing support as always. I'm going to end it here. I'm going to end it here because I do have to go. So, yeah, man, it's been a good one. A little bit short, but still very, very good. I do love the Christmas period, man. The games back and forth. I love it. So, yeah, man, we will be back on the weekend as well. Probably Friday or Thursday will be my next video. So, yeah, let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. The comeback era has begun, guys. Let's go, man. Let's hopefully we get some more green arrows. And hopefully we get another good week. But yeah, thank you guys for joining, man. Smash a like on the stream. Subscribe if you're new. All that good stuff. Yeah, man. Much love to everyone in the chat. I appreciate you guys. You absolute legends. So yeah, man. Peace out, guys.